So now, oh, we're almost on time. We'll move to another student of ours, Sophia Kapcia. Is that correct? No, I've just had a guess at pronunciation. Right.
Fine, Jan, thank you.
Lovely to see you. So there you are. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Sophia Kapcia. I'm a PhD student in the Faculty of Education and Social Justice, final year. I am a mother of 5 girls, and when I go through this presentation, you're going to see how intersectionality, that's the framework that I've used in my research. So it's quite interesting. I felt like I'm really in the right place. So today I'm looking at Achebe and Malorie Blackman and looking at their work in education from an intersectional perspective, looking at the curriculum and their content. So just to center what I'm going to be discussing. So in the words of Maya Angelou, in diversity, there's beauty and there's strength. And I would like you to think about that as I go through, because including diverse voices like Achebe and Malorie Blackman in the English curriculum, it's crucial in incorporating these diverse voices and diverse perspectives. Because representation matters. It matters because these authors expand our students' perspective, and in so doing will promote them to be more empathetic and more understanding of a range of cultures. Let's look at Chinua Achebe. So he's a Nigerian novelist, he's a poet, he's a critic, and his most famous work is the novel Things Fall Apart. So his writing explores the themes of colonialism, cultural identity, and the clash between tradition and modernity. His work also provides a unique perspective on African history and culture. It also challenges stereotypes and Eurocentric narratives. So by including his work in the English curriculum, it allows students to engage with post-colonial literature and also explore the impact of imperialism. An intersectional perspective in Achebe's work encompasses issues related to race, colonialism, cultural identity, and gender roles. For instance, his characters often grapple with their place in a changing society, which can lead to discussions on gender dynamics, cultural conflict, and the legacy of colonialism as well. So let's look at gender in Things Fall Apart. So this provides an opportunity to examine the intersection of gender and other social factors such as class and age within the Igbo society. One can analyze how gender roles and expectations intersect with other aspects of identity. For instance, asking the question, how does Okonwa's perception of masculinity intersect with his social status? And how does this influence his actions and the overall dynamics of the society? So therefore providing those rich discussions within the classroom. Colonialism, the impact of the British colonialism in Nigeria had multifaceted consequences for different groups of people. Teachers can therefore use this text to analyze how colonial power differentially affected various intersecting groups within Igbo society, such as the men, women, the elders, and young people. For instance, the imposition of colonial rule could have had distinct effects on men and women with various implications for their roles and their status as well. We look also at the religious beliefs. So the introduction of Christianity in the Igbo society also intersects with other aspects of identity. The clash between traditional religious beliefs and the new Christian faith can be analyzed through an intersectional lens. And this might involve examining how individuals of different genders and ages and social classes respond to and are affected by this religious transformation. We can't forget the economic disparities that the novel illustrates within the Igbo society, with some individuals or families being more prosperous than others. So by applying an intersectional perspective, teachers can explore how these economic disparities intersect with other identity markers. For instance, how do wealth and social class affect the status and opportunities of men and women in the community? Cultural identity. So the clash of cultures is also explored, particularly the collision between Igbo traditions and British colonial values. Analyzing this collision through an intersectional lens allows for deeper understanding of how cultural identity intersects with other dimensions of identity, such as gender and age, and how these intersections impact the characters and the plot. Language also plays a crucial role in the novel. So analyzing how language intersects with various identities, including gender, social class, and age, can reveal power dynamics and the impact of language on the characters' lives and interactions. So overall, applying an intersectional perspective to Things Fall Apart allows for more nuanced and comprehensive analysis of the novel's themes and characters, helping readers better understand how various dimensions of identity interact to shape the story and its outcome. Let's look at Malorie Blackman and her contributions. So she's a British author, and she's known for her young adult novel series, Noughts and Crosses. And a lot of schools in the UK teach noughts and crosses in the curriculum. So an intersectional perspective on the curriculum and content of the novel involves considering how the book addresses and reflects issues of race, class, gender, and other intersecting identities. So in the novel, what Malorie has done really well, she's turned our perception of racism and race and class on its head, where the Knots, they're white people, they're the oppressed group, and the crosses, Black people, they hold the power. So an intersectional perspective involves exploring how this racial hierarchy intersects with other forms of oppression. It also helps students to see a different worldview, what they know as real, and the reality is turned on its head. So in the novel, it's essential to discuss how the experiences of characters like Sophia and Callum are influenced by their racial identities in conjunction with their class and their gender and other identities that they may have. Class plays a significant role in the novel. While the crosses are privileged in terms of race, they're also often wealthier and hold more social status as well. So an intersectional approach to teaching the novel should explore how race and class intersect, creating new unique experiences for characters and shaping the society they live in. Gender is another important aspect to consider. Sophie and Callum's gender identities intersect with their racial and class identities, shaping their experiences and opportunities. So exploring how gender intersects with other identities in the novel is essential for a comprehensive analysis. Privilege and power. So the novel raises questions about privilege and power. An intersectional perspective emphasizes the characters' experiences and that they're not solely defined by their racial background, but also other factors. For instance, Sophie's experience as a wealthy cross differs from that of her lower class counterpart, Callum. The curriculum and the content of the novel can be used to critically examine the educational system in the story, which perpetuates social hierarchies. Teachers, therefore, can explore how the education system intersects with race and class, limiting opportunities for some characters while privileging others. Social justice is also an issue, and Noughts and Crosses can be a powerful tool for discussing social justice. Critical thinking and discussion. So teachers can promote critical thinking by encouraging students to discuss how the characters' intersecting identities influences their choices and experiences. This can lead to meaningful discussions around privilege, discrimination, and social change. So just to wrap up, their contribution in the English curriculum, I have taught both these texts. And while there are not many Black voices within our curriculum, it's really important. And that's something that I'm an advocate for. And every opportunity that I get to include these diverse authors and perspective in the curriculum, which will undoubtedly enrich our students' understanding of the world and also their ability to understand other cultures, which will promote empathy and tolerance. It also will provide them with a well-rounded education and promotes cultural awareness and which will enrich their learning. So thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation.